We learned we can use be as an auxiliary verb to make the present and past continuous tenses. Adding an ing to the main verb is important for these tenses. We also learned to use have as a main verb when talking about possession, events, actions, experiences, and activities. Finally, we learned how to use have as an auxiliary verb to make the past and present perfect tenses. We learned that we must use the past participle form of the main verb. Some verbs are regular and end in ed or d, but others are irregular and must be memorized. We also learned how to use have to make the past and present perfect continuous tenses. It's time for a quiz. Which of these sentences is right? A. I is go to the store. B. She was watching a movie. C. Are not you doing homework? If you said B is right, you're right. To make the past continuous tense, was follows all singular subjects except you. Were follows you and all plural subjects. To make the present continuous tense, am follows I. Is follows he, she, and it, and are follows all other subjects. It's also important that the main verb ends in ing. So A should be, I am going to the store. To ask a question using this tense, it's correct to start with present or past tense be verb that matches the subject. However, to make a negative question, it's best to use the contractions aren't and isn't if it's present tense, and wasn't and weren't if it's past tense. Not can also follow the subject if you want a more formal question. So C should be, aren't you doing homework? Or are you not doing homework? Ready for another quiz? Which of these sentences is right? A. She had a tiring day. B. He have a delicious lunch every day. C. I has one pet. If you said A is right, you're right. Had is the past tense form of have, and it's used with all subjects. Have can be used with events like days, so this is a perfect sentence. In the present tense, has is used when the subject is third person singular. So B should be, he has a delicious lunch every day. Here, has is expressing the action of eating. For all other subjects in the present tense, have doesn't change. So C should be, I have one pet. Here, have is expressing ownership. Time for another quiz. Which of these sentences is wrong? A. They have been resting since yesterday. B. I have drank that before. C. She had arrived early. If you said B is wrong, you're right. To make the present perfect tense, the main verb should be in the past participle form. So it should be, I have drunk that before. It means I have the experience of trying some drink in the past. A is the present perfect continuous tense. Have or has matches the subject, and then been and the ing form of the verb is used. They have been resting since yesterday. It's an action that started in the past and is still happening. C is the past perfect tense. Had is used for all subjects, and the past participle of the main verb is used. She had arrived early. This means she arrived early before some other past event. It's time for one more quiz. Which of these sentences is wrong? A. Had been Laura exercising a lot before her accident? B. Hasn't he been reading often? C. Have you lived here for a long time? If you said A is wrong, you're right. This is the past perfect continuous tense. The subject goes between had and been, so it should be, had Laura been exercising a lot before her accident? I'm asking if she was exercising in the past regularly before another past event, her accident. B is the present perfect continuous tense. The question starts with has or have, depending on the subject, then the subject, and then the ing verb. It's a negative question, so I'm expressing my opinion while asking the question. Hasn't he been reading often? This means, I think he's been reading in the past and present. Am I right? You can also make it more formal by saying, has he not been reading often? C is the present perfect tense. The question starts with have or has, depending on the subject. Then the subject follows, and finally the past participle form of the main verb. Have you lived here for a long time? The person started to live in some place in the past and is still living here. We learned we can use be as an auxiliary.
I had a tiring day.
I've never seen it before,
and we've been going in and out like everywhere.